Hey, how's it going? Today I'm going to talk to you about your circadian rhythm and why it's something that you're going to want to really pay attention to if you're interested in great health, longevity, performing really well, and just feeling your best. So if you don't know this, the Nobel Prize in Medicine and Physiology was awarded in 2017 for the research and study on the circadian rhythm. So it's a really big deal, and the circadian rhythm controls a whole bunch of functions in your body. So I'm going to stay very high level, but the three things that it controls is your body's growth, metabolism, and your hormones. So let's start with growth. All of the cells in your body are continually regenerating. So your skin cells, your bone cells, your muscles, your gut cells. So this is a function of growth. And if you want to stay young, if you want to live a long life, you need to ensure that your body is always growing new cells, because you're always damaging your cells. Some of it's wear and tear, some of it's chemical exposure. Sometimes we get injured, but all these different things happen to us where we need to grow new cells. That's a function of your circadian rhythm. So you want an intact circadian rhythm if you want your body growing new cells and being aware of, okay, we need to replace this cell, we need to replace this cell, we've got to replace these cells. If you want to add new muscle, that's a function of growth. There are other things connected, but your circadian rhythm controls that. So growth is very important if you want to look good, if you want to feel good, and if you want to stay young, because when your cells don't regenerate, you essentially degenerate, and that's aging. So number one is growth. Number two is metabolism. So metabolism is converting food to energy. And a lot of the chronic diseases that we're seeing today are metabolic diseases. Things like diabetes, obesity, cancer, heart disease. These are all metabolic diseases. It's a huge segment of disease that's impacting a lot of people in this country. But your circadian rhythm plays a very important role in your metabolism and in your body's ability to convert the food you eat into energy that your body uses for growth, for repair, to keep your blood pumping through your veins, and to do all of the amazing things that your body does. And in each of your cells, every second, there's 100,000 biochemical reactions happening every second in all of your cells, and all your cells have to communicate. Your circadian rhythm helps to keep that communication intact, so your body, all the different parts of your body, know what's going on, knows what needs to be done, knows which part of the energy needs more energy, which has enough. That's all a function of your metabolism. Then the third thing is your hormones. So again, if you want to perform well, if you want to feel well, if you want to look good, you need hormones. So one big hormone for guys is testosterone. And I did a post pretty recently talking about how overall there's been a reduction of male testosterone levels of 25% over the past 20 years. So that's a pretty huge drop. That's just one hormone. We've got tons of other hormones. There's insulin. So when you become, for example, insulin resistant, your body's not able to convert sugar to energy. It stores it. You get fatter. Thyroid hormones. There's tons of different hormones that your body uses so you can feel good, so you can perform well, so you can think well. Neurotransmitters are included in hormones as well. Things like dopamine, serotonin, acetylcholine, GABA. These all help to balance everything, but you need a proper balance, because if you have too much of one and not enough of another, that can lead to things like depression, anxiety, racing thoughts in your mind. But having that proper balance of neurotransmitters and of hormones keeps everything stable, keeps you feeling good, and prevents these imbalances. And again, that's all a function of your circadian rhythm. So what controls your circadian rhythm? Frequencies of light. So you have photoreceptors in your eye. You have very dense concentrations in your eye. So that's the most important one, because the light that hits the photoreceptors in your eye actually triggers your circadian clock. It's in your brain. It's called your suprachiasmatic nucleus. And that actually communicates with all the other clocks in your body. So all of your organs have clocks, and actually all of your cells have clocks too. It's called a circadian clock gene, which is kind of technical. You don't have to know that. But all of these other clocks run off the master clock in your brain, that suprachiasmatic nucleus. That's controlled by frequencies of blue light. So one of the best ways to set your internal clock so you have a highly functioning circadian rhythm is watching the sunrise, because there's a very big shift in the amount of blue light in the morning. So that gives your body, these photoreceptors, a lot of stimulus to set the clocks so you have the right timing. And we all know when our timing is off, things mess up. If you have to work at a certain time, you get there late, you might get in trouble. If you have an interview and you need to be there at a certain time and you get there late, you may not get the job. And in your body, when things don't run the way they're supposed to, when the clocks are off, things in your body start to break down. And in the beginning, you get different symptoms. For some of us, that's fatigue. For other people, it can be pain. For other people, it can be weight gain. It just really depends. And when this goes on for too long, that's what leads to chronic disease. Chronic disease, it's affecting more and more people in this country. One of the reasons for this, one of my mentors, Dr. Jack Cruz, one of the reasons he believes, and we have a lot of research backing this up, is we are completely surrounded by blue light. All of our light bulbs have been replaced, or most of them have been replaced by LED bulbs, fluorescent bulbs. We all have massive screens everywhere. And the dominant frequency of light in these screens, in these energy efficient light bulbs, is blue light. And for the most part, it has a pretty constant color temperature. So during the day, the blue light from the sun, that color temperature is changing, and your body can interpret that. But when the only stimulus your eye is seeing is blue light from a screen or from these energy efficient light bulbs, that's a higher color temperature. It's a color temperature of about 6,000 Kelvin on average for most of these things, which is the color temperature of the sun around noon, between 12 and 1. So for a lot of people, the first thing we do in the morning, we wake up, we look at our phone, turn on the TV, turn on an LED light, a fluorescent light. That bright color temperature tells our body it's a different time than it really is. And then the processes, these functions in our body don't run smoothly. They don't work the way they're supposed to do. It's kind of like if you look at a big box store. They all have lots of deliveries coming in, and if all those deliveries came at the same time, it would be a big mess at the store. There's no way they could stock everything at the same time. The trucks wouldn't be able to unload everything. But the timing for all those deliveries needs to be in sync. It needs to be in a certain time. And the same with your body for all these different functions that your body's doing throughout the day. That's all controlled by your circadian rhythm. So I mentioned before, one of the best ways to set it is watching the sunrise in the morning. Throughout the day, you want to be getting intermittent sun breaks. So going outside, just getting natural light in your eyes. You don't have to stare directly at the sun, but just go out and look up at the sky. You can kind of look in the general direction of the sun. And you don't want to have glasses on, because different glasses block different frequencies of light, so you're limiting that information that's getting to your suprachiasmatic nucleus. Then at night, it's very important, once the sun goes down, is you want to be blocking different frequencies of blue light. So there's a number of strategies to do that. The easiest way is with different kinds of blue blocking glasses. I have another video, so if you're watching this on YouTube, look for one of the, I'll put that video up here so you can just click on it. If you're watching this not on YouTube, I will leave a link in the comments if you want to learn about different glasses that you can wear that are going to limit the blue light that goes in your eyes, so you don't get digital eye strain, because that's a really big thing today. But the other thing is so it doesn't mess up your circadian clock. So check out that video. If you have any questions, let me know. Leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And I hope this helps. But this is literally one of the most important things you can do for your health. So you can't out supplement a bad circadian rhythm. Supplements can't fix this. You need to have the proper frequency of light to set that clock in your brain, and that's going to ensure that everything runs more smoothly. You're going to have better sleep. It's going to be more restful, more restorative. You're actually going to wake up feeling rested. You're going to have energy. You're going to think better because you're going to have better hormone levels. If you work out, you're going to have better body composition because your body is going to have a better ability to grow new muscle, to repair damaged tendons, to keep your bones healthy. It's all connected to your circadian rhythm. So make that a part of your daily routine, ensuring that you're always getting that proper light stimulus and that you're blocking the bad light stimulus that we're all surrounded by today, especially at night, especially once the sun goes down. The eye is the most important, but your skin also has photoreceptors. So at night, you also want to be covering up as much of your skin as you can, and that's going to help. So start to implement these things in your life, and you're going to be feeling a lot better. You're going to be thinking a lot better. You're going to be performing a lot better, and life is just going to be a whole lot easier for you.